Hi guys, welcome back to A Voice in the Influence. It is your girl, Tykeisha Lemons, and I am here with two special guests. Yes, two special guests. Here is my baby sister, Taquita, and my baby niece. Wait, you're not my niece.
Cousin.
Arnika.
First cousin.
Yes, my first cousin, Arnika. And today we have a special addition to A Voice in the Influence. We are here with what? Saturday Inspirations.
Happy 4th of July, you guys.
So, we're going to be talking about authenticity today. And we're just going to have an open discussion and talk about why is it so hard for people to be authentic. And feel free to jump in anytime, guys, and let's just get this conversation going. So, my takeaway from why it's so hard to be authentic, I believe that a lot of people have some issues that are so deep within themselves that it's just really hard to talk about it to other people because either they don't feel safe, they feel like they're going to be judged, or simply because they don't really know what it is, like where it's stemming from. What do you guys think?
You want to go first?
I gotta gather my thoughts.
Okay. Well, for me, I really feel like people have borderline issues as far as in their past. It kind of affect the future to where they don't. If it wasn't brought up in a household, as far as in love, like everybody was born differently. Like some people was born off survival, some people was born off love. Like for me, I was born off love. Borderline, a little bit survival, but I still always got love. And I feel like some people don't know how to be authentic because it don't runs in their family or they was never taught those things. So if you was never taught those things, then you're just comfortable with what you already know and what you're stuck to. So I feel like that's the reason why a lot of people is not authentic.
Okay, let me jump in. What I would say to that is it's not necessarily how you were raised. It's okay, you're of age. Say you're 20 years old. You're well entitled to your own opinion and how you feel about being different. If you want to be the same, you're going to be the same. If you like what somebody else like and you want to dress just like them, you're going to be just like them. That's no originality to it. You're not original. You're biting off someone else's style, right?
But where that come from though? It has to be type of what you really see or what you was brought up with.
Sometimes it's just sometimes you don't have your sense of style. You're biting off of others to create who you want to be. You don't necessarily know what it is you want. You taking bits and pieces from other people and you creating it yourself. That's still not being original.
But do you think that some people just don't kind of like try to figure out what their talents are? Because like for me, I figured out my talent through somebody else's talent because it was like they inspired me, and once they inspired me, it was like, I like this. Like this, it was like something that was an eye opener for me. And once I felt like that I liked it, it was like it was installed in me.
But you paid attention to what you like and
correct.
Great point.
What your vision, because you've always been a different type of dresser. Like we like some of the same things, but we don't like all of the same things. You know what I mean?
But it's crazy because when you think, it's crazy because when I be sending you pictures and stuff, you be like, Taquita, like I seen them.
We have
like
some of the same sense of style, but you wear things according to how you want to, and I wear things how I want to. So you have your own style. Correct. I have my own style. Correct. Your flavor, my flavor. But we like some of the same things, but that's what makes it original for you because you throw it how you want to. And then for me, I put it together how I want to.
Okay, so let me jump in. So what I hear you saying is that you believe that people are not authentic because according to how they were raised, in terms of if they were raised off of love, you mentioned, and then some people are raised off of, what was the other?
Survival.
Off of survival. And so because people are raised off of survival, you feel like that contributes to them their inability to be authentic. And if they're not raised off of love, sometimes them lashing out or them acting a certain way is based on them trying to receive attention. And then what I hear you saying is that some people are lacking the ability to be authentic because they simply just look at other people and try to be what other people are instead of finding out what their interests are, what their self is. Right.
And I totally agree.
Another thing I would say is being raised off of Jordans and Tommy Hilfiger, FUBU, whatever it was that you're raised off of. And then, okay, now that you're of the age that you are, and you still want to keep up with that, knowing that that's not really what your money is, but you want to keep up with it because that's how you were raised, to be like other people. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wearing Jordans. Oh, I got to put my kid on Jordans. Not because you really like the shoe, it's because everybody else is getting them, right?
So do you guys feel
that's another thing a lot of people won't get their own originality from that too.
Are we saying that you guys feel that people's authenticity is wrapped up in the material, the material interest versus their character and versus like who they are as a person? It's all tied to.
It all ties to every. Yes.
Yeah, because if you think about it, when saying, "Oh, okay, baby fat," that's just coming back, right? So a lot of people like, we ain't about to be wearing that. And then some people like,
cute girls wear baby fat.
Yeah, right. But then there's other people like, baby fat. That's so old. Like,
because
who's gonna be wearing baby fat? If I see y'all in baby fat in the summertime, then I'm a woo woo. But it shouldn't be like that, right?
Because I say a lot of things have to do with society too. It has a lot to do with. For me, I'm not gonna speak for everybody that's right here, but I'm gonna say for me, I feel like a lot of people is trying to keep up with people that's in the industry. And the only reason why I say that is because, first of all, where we come from, we never knew about getting plastic surgery or getting a new booty or getting titties uplifted or little stuff like that. But now that you see it in the industry, it's like now it's okay for us to do it. So I feel like everybody want to keep up with the Joneses to actually feel acceptable, because that's how society make you feel. Society make you feel like you have to be acceptable. It's like you can't have your own flavor. Society wants you to.
The thing is, you can have your own flavor. The thing is, like you said, it has a lot to do with society, and it has a lot to do with what you watch and who you admire and what you look up to.
People are like programmed.
And so, for me, like I said, I believe that a lot of people's root in not being able to be authentic is that people don't spend enough time getting in tune with who they are. Getting in tune with, like you were talking, or Nika, I think you were one of you guys were talking, I think it was you tweeted, in terms of their interests. What are you interested in? Not you're interested in this because someone else is doing it that or because you see maybe your friend doing it, but more so because this is what you like. This is what you like.
Do you really like it?
Do you really like to do that? And I think if people spend more time with truly trying to figure out who they are and who God says that they are, then they will be able to be more authentic and be more consistent in loving themselves a little bit more, because it's all about who you are as a person versus because this is accepted in society, this is who I'm going to portray, or this is who I'm going to gravitate to be, because this is what is accepted.
But that also come.
Go ahead.
That also come with, like you said, knowing who you are. Like you have to actually be emotionally strong, and you have to stand tall in what you believe in, because you can put together an outfit and a person can tell you that you don't think them shoes go right, but then if you feel like them shoes go right, them shoes go right.
Please wear them shoes.
Them shoes go right.
Wear those shoes.
If you feel like you want to get your nails done black instead of red, get them black. Don't get them red because of somebody else. Like, I think that color is too dark for your hands. Or
okay, but where does that come from though? Like not being able to stand your ground in terms of what you like. Like, what does that stem from?
Being insecure.
Exactly. That stems from insecurity. And I think that goes back to what you begin to talk about in terms of how you were raised in a home. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are raised in different type of environments. And when you're not showed that love in the house, then how are you going to love yourself if you wasn't taught to love yourself?
But it also, I agree with that, but I also agree with, if you really want to figure out what's going on with you and you really want to make a change, you'll really just figure out what's wrong with you.
How?
You know, it don't really matter. Like, for me, for an example,
how do you start?
I was always, for me, because I can't say for nobody else, I always felt like that I always had to have a friend. And that's one thing I can admit to. I always felt like I always needed to have a friend. And the only reason why I felt that I needed to have a friend was because, man, my sister wasn't that close. You know, I pictured a different type of vision as I got older. You know, when I was younger, it was different. I didn't really know. But as I got older and I started hitting 15 and 16 and 17, you know, I'm hitting the real ages where I really needed somebody, you know, but I didn't have my sister, so I started looking for that love into my friends, you know, and that's where I fell short, because I'm up here listening to my friend. Sorry. I'm up here listening to my friends and stuff, and at the end of the day, my friends didn't give a, excuse my language, my friends didn't give a F about me. They only cared that I was on the same level as them.
And the thing about that too is, like, when you have a sister that's older than you and your sister is telling you don't do this, don't do that, but your sister's out there doing it, it's like it makes it even more and more desirable, because you're like, okay, you telling me not to hang out, but you're hanging out. But because we didn't have that tight-knit relationship, she didn't understand that, okay, yeah, but I'm 5 years older than you and this is what I'm doing, so that doesn't mean that you can do it. But the respect wasn't there because I didn't build that respect as that older sister. Well, actually, I did, but I did it in a way to where it was basically like, don't question what I'm doing. You know, but that type of respect. It wasn't a bond to where it's like, okay, this is big sis, I can come and talk to you.
But I felt like you only did what you knew what to do at that moment, because at the end of the day, you're growing too. Right. You was only a child yourself, and it was hard for you to actually be a sister and be like I always said, another parent, you know, because you was doing things that you had to do at the same time where you should have been enjoying your life. You shouldn't have to do certain things that you had to do at a young age. So I feel like that played a big part with, you know, just for a lot of teen parents that's out there, you know, that plays a little part of being young and having kids young, you know. So I just feel like, I mean, now it's kind of like I understand, you know, I'm at a different level, so I'm more wiser. So I kind of understand what the cards that you were dealt with. Yeah. But at that time, it was like, you know, I was still young, still emotionally going through what I was going through as being a kid. And I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we grew.
So the lack of being able to have those bonds with people that are close to you can also play into you being able to be authentic with yourself, because you are missing certain connections, you know, with the people that you love. And so because you don't have those connections that are within your family, you know, you go outside of the family, or you go outside of yourself, I should say, and actually look for those connections in people that are actually doing the same thing, looking for those connections, right? Because what happens is that when you are not being authentic with yourself, all you do is attract other people who's not being authentic. And that's what you meant in terms of the type of friends that you attracted, right? Because that's just the way that it works. And then as you decide to begin to be honest with yourself, then what's going to happen is those friends are going to start separating. Drifting away. Because
exactly
now,
what I'm dealing with right now, you guys.
So basically, you know, how you are raised, like you guys said in the first beginning, it plays into your ability to be authentic, right? And then, like you said, if you don't know what your interests are, it's easy for you to look at other people that maybe that you admire or people that you envy and try to basically mimic them because you feel like they're getting attention. And if you do this, then you'll get the same attention, right? But all of that stems from what? A lack of insecurity. And so
a lack of being secure within yourself.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Because you can't think that you're going to get the same type of outcome as this person. Like, this person has been through hell and back, and you think you just because your journey, you may think just because y'all both had a rocky journey that your journey is gonna turn out like this person. No, baby, it's gonna be totally different. It's gonna be totally different because you know why? Because we are two different people, and God had a different path for each one of us. My path may be A, hers may be B, and hers may be C.
Mm-hmm. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3.
But we might be, but you never know. We might be in the same bracket,
right.
But different paths.
Mm-hmm. Because all experiences are things that God would have us learn. So the key to all of this is that you want to find out the lesson in anything that you go through, because ultimately it's to bring you closer to God. And in order to become closer, you have to search yourself and try to figure out what is it that you're missing, what is it that you're doing that's causing you to not get the results that you want. And I believe a lot of times it comes with being authentic, just being authentic with yourself. And you don't have to do it in front of everybody. Like I told you guys before, my first journey of being authentic was looking myself in the mirror and being honest and saying that I didn't feel that I was beautiful. And that was the truth. At times I didn't feel that I was beautiful, but it had a lot to do with, just how I was raised in terms of going to school and being talked about and things of that nature. But I still showed up in the world, got dressed, looking cute, and portrayed as if I felt beautiful because that's what everybody else was doing. Nobody's talking about walking around saying, hey, I don't feel beautiful. I don't feel beautiful. Ain't nobody walking around living in their truth. Nobody's walking around living in their truth.
Because everybody's walking around with a mask.
Hello.
It's gonna be a time where you gotta take that mask off, baby.
Paint that beautiful picture of fairy tale.
How you want
in reality?
You know how you portray how you want this man, and you want to be loved, and you want to be in a relationship, you want to be married. Oh, you're gonna have to let that mask down.
Because honestly,
if you can let that mask down for that man, you can let that mask down for everybody else.
Or you lying to yourself.
Because the truth of the matter is that we all have our issues. We all have insecurities, but the key is you have to get out of the dark. You have to stop hiding yourself. And I talked about this on a previous message where the first people on earth, was hiding themselves. Soon as they sinned, what they started doing, hide behind those fig trees. They was hiding themselves because they knew they was being exposed. They were being exposed, right? But the key is you want to be exposed, because the more you're exposed and the more you live in your truth, the more you open the door for other people not to feel ashamed and live in their truth. Because at the end of the day, we've all been through certain things, and we're just trying to get to a new level and a new level and a new level. So it's not time to be acting as if you got it all together when you don't.
Right. Just like Mr. Fab said.
Lying to us? Yourself.
Wait,
or yourself.
Just like Mr. Fab said, if you feel like that you lived and you did everything and you feel like everything is okay and you ain't struggling, just die. You did everything.
You did it all.
Might as well.
You ain't got nothing on this earth.
There's nothing else.
Feel like you need.
Now
to.
we are not promoting for nobody to take their life.
No. Don't take your life. We're not saying that.
No way.
But
Jesus.
No. Because that's
not
a way.
And
that's not a way to heaven. It's not a way to heaven. You can't take your life and go to heaven. It's not. That's not your way to heaven. But what I'm saying is, if you feel like that you have every answer in this world and you done everything, and if you feel like you ain't got no worries and you ain't stressing and you ain't lived your life, then you might as well just. That's it.
And that's just a thought, though. You got to think about
it.
That's just a thought in your mind, because you ain't nowhere near through. You think you're done.
God is not finished with you yet. He still has something for you to do on this earth. All we're saying is that the more and more you live in your truth, the more and more you can be honest about who you are, flaws and all, the better you will feel about yourself.
And the more doors gonna open.
For you. Okay. And so, because see what actually made us think about this message is because we see a lot of people who are trying to, or we would say gravitating to, getting their bodies done because they're insecure. And a lot of people are, getting their boobs done. A lot of people are getting their butts done. A lot of people are getting their teeth done. Just a lot of people are getting a lot of enhancements on their body. Now, if that's what you choose to do, that's your business. All we're saying is that really think about the choices that you're making, because there's other ways. You can really feel good about who God created you to be and really live a happy life. You don't have to get enhancements and go
yourself.
Exactly.
And start changing that mind.
Self-love.
Because everything is a mind thing. It's all a mind thing. That's all it is.
Everything is a mind
thing. If you go out and somebody feel like that they don't accept you for who you are, then you know what? That's a bullet that you dodged.
Yes.
Trust me.
Chuck it
Yes.
out.
T.D. Jakes said, if a person is trying to leave your life, let them leave.
There's the door.
Let them leave.
There's the door.
Because they're probably saving you.
Because what they say is I ain't into keeping no man. They don't want to be kept.
Nor a friendship, okay?
Anything. If you want to leave, there's the door. Because
So
when we die, we
available.
gonna die by ourselves.
So
There's no bump beds in our casket.
We're going to give you guys 3 takeaways. You're going to give one, I'm going to give one, and you're going to give one, Arnika. 3 takeaways in terms of what you could do to be more authentic with yourself. Like, what is something that you guys done? Something that you've done.
Pay less attention to what others around you are doing via social media and get in tune with yourself and figure out what you like, what style of clothing you like, what hairstyles you like.
That's a good one.
Okay? If you want to get piercings in your face, it's what you like, your preference. Okay? Because when you look into someone else's and you see what they didn't got, I want to get this piercing in my ear, and then you get it, and then you get a keloid or something, or it just never heals. It's not for you. It's not for everybody. It might look nice, but it might not be for you.
That's a good one. Good takeaway. What about you?
For me, I would just say, just love the person you are. I mean, you only get one body. You only get one life to live. I mean, why waste it on being somebody else? Why waste it on living somebody else's life or trying to be somebody else? Then that makes it seem like that you and passed up your whole life trying to pretend to be somebody that you not, and all you're going to do is not going to be happy. So I just say, just live your life and just be you, regardless of what however society make you feel. If you feel like you need to be in a size 10 and you in a size 16, well, work out and be in a size 10. And that's it. Anything that you not insecure with, fix it. Period. Fix it, but fix it the right way to where you be happy and you be comfortable with yourself. Because that's all what matters is you being happy and you being comfortable with yourself. Because at the end of the day, can't nobody else make you comfortable. You can't be with a man and a man can't make you happy. You have to make yourself happy before that you allow anybody else to make you happy. And if you ain't happy and you want somebody else to make you happy, then you already lost.
Amen to that.
I don't know. That's sad after
So
that.
my takeaway would be, and I'm going to give you guys this, I done already said it in this message, is look at yourself in the mirror. If you look at yourself, and when I say look at yourself in your mirror, sometimes if you guys notice that you could be doing your hair, but you're really not looking at yourself in your eyes. Mm-hmm. Look at your eyes. Look at yourself in the mirror. And really just get real with what you feel in the inside. You're going to feel something bubble up. And speak it. Let it come out your mouth. Just let it come out your mouth. It just be you in the mirror. And be honest with yourself. And whatever it is that you speak out your mouth, ask God to help you get through it. Ask God to help you. For me, I had to look in the mirror and tell myself I didn't feel beautiful. Mm-hmm. And after I told myself that was my breakthrough. Mm-hmm. That was my breakthrough. Because now I look at the mirror and I tell myself I love you. Mm-hmm. Tell yourself that you love you and see how that feels. And when I first started to say it, I didn't really believe it. It hurt it for me to say it. It hurt it for me to say it. But as you continue, you just keep confessing it with your mouth. Then you're going to start believing it. And once you start believing it, you're going to portray this energy that's going to manifest, and the people are going to see the glow on your face. They're going to see that you are loving you. And that's what you want. Because if you have children and you are not loving yourself, they're going to feel it. They are going to feel it. Children do not do what you say. They do what you do. So this message we're putting out there is just because we want more people to love themselves. We want to love ourselves even more and more every day, because this is a daily walk. This is a daily walk. And so we're just allowing God to use us tonight and hopefully it encourages someone. If it encourages one person and
then
one person did the mirror test, then woo!
We did.
Thank God, okay? And we love you. And we thank you for tuning in to Saturday Inspirations with the Voice and the Influence. And thank you to my two beautiful loves, to
now
Quita
we about
and
to
Arnika.
rock out. Ay. Happy 4th of July, you guys.
Bye.